Hey everybody, it's Willa Ball, owner of Pedigree Properties and licensed real estate agent with Smith & Associates Real Estate. And today I am coming to you from my garage talking all about how to regularly declutter your home. So as a real estate agent, it's become very clear to me over time that sellers tend to really struggle whenever they go to list their property for sale because at times they haven't managed the purging process enough. And so when they go to list, it can just be overwhelming. And I've noticed this so much that about 6 months ago, my husband and I, through Pedigree Properties, decided to start offering decluttering services to our clients with Smith & Associates to help them prepare and declutter their homes. And so far, my clients are loving that. So today I want to talk about how you can do this regularly so you don't get yourself in a position, if and when you decide to sell your house, that it just becomes too overwhelming. So I have always used a purging, decluttering process in my home, even when my teenagers were tiny. I get some strange, weird satisfaction from purging everything in my house, which drives my husband insane. But needless to say, I do me. So anyway, this is how I manage it in my home. I have had homes where I've managed this in a closet. I've had homes where I've managed this in a laundry room. I just recently moved last year, and so this is how I have been managing it in my new home. So 3 things I want to call out here. 1, you need to make sure that it's accessible and in a location where everyone in your family can reach it. So I have an 8-year-old, so it's important that when I tell him to go put something somewhere, that he can actually reach it and access it. Secondly, you want to make sure everything is labeled appropriately, that even an 8-year-old can figure out where it goes. And thirdly, you want to get rid of it. So you don't want to go through this entire process and just let these things pile up. The things I also want to call out is this doesn't take a lot of money, and it definitely doesn't take a lot of time. But you can get as expensive or least expensive as you want to with this, but I tend to be a little frugal. So I took items that were already in my garage when I moved here, and this is how I've been managing it. So every family will be different. For me, these are the 5 sections, or 4 sections for me actually, that I have chosen. For you, it could be really different. So don't worry about restricting yourself to certain sections. Do what works for your family. For me, I have an aunt who owns a consignment store and a really good friend and family member who owns an eBay store. And so sometimes there are things in my home that I prefer to sell than donate. And so I have a consignment box that has a little $sign on it. So if my son doesn't understand consignment, he can see the $sign, and that's how I can communicate to him if I want him to come put something in this box. Secondly, I have a cute little cousin, River. He's really the only little boy in my family that I can hand down some of my little boy's old toys or books or clothes, like these Batman pajama that I had to send my son out here last night because they're 3 inches too short. He didn't love it, but it happened. And I just said, hey, go put this in the River box. And this is the River box. The other box that I have here is gifts. I'm constantly picking up things for my little niece and my sweet baby Clara, cousin, who I don't regularly see. And so when I buy them something and I might not see them for a couple weeks, I just take like these cute little Llama books, and I'll just come out here and actually put them in the gift box so that when I go to visit Clara or she comes to visit me, she'll get her Llama books then. The 4th section that I have is donate, but I actually have 2 boxes for this because we donate a lot. And so the little helping hand on here for my little boy to understand, because he helps me a lot with this process. So anyway, again, a few things to remember. This doesn't cost a lot of money. Just make sure that it is accessible, make sure it's labeled appropriately, and make sure you actually purge it whenever it's finished. So again, this is a practice that I really highly recommend that you start, whether or not you're considering selling your home or not. But if you are considering selling your home and this feels like a very overwhelming process, I would love to represent your sale. In addition, offer my decluttering services through Pedigree Properties. And so you can get a hold of me at 479-644-9395 or at email willaballrealtor@gmail.com. Thank you so much.